Good evening, everybody, and how are you all keeping on this not so nice Wednesday evening? People in the chat have been seeing how hot it is where they are. I know Jamie is sweating a bit in his workshop at the minute.
Yeah.
Bunch of swines. Anyway, I'll bring the guys in. And tonight, we've got Jamie from JP Woodwork, we've got Baron von Kirkwood, and we've got Mark. And we've got me, obviously, we've got me again. So I'll put them back in the background. I will change the camera and let you see what we're going to be doing. So tonight I've got a piece of ash on the lathe. It's around about 10 inches diameter. I think I'll just measure it. Yeah, 10. It'll end up around about 1.5 inches deep. And I'm doing something different tonight for me. As you all probably know, I'm not that keen on doing resin work, but sometimes I will have a go. And tonight I'm going to be using these mica powders, which I received a wee while back from Jamie. So I'm not using clear cast, I'm not using Alumilite, anything like this. I am using Cheapo Productions 2-part epoxy glue from Lidl's if you're in the UK. These are about, £2 a piece. So whenever they come into the store here, I usually buy 10, 20 of them. These are the ones with the yellow plungers are fast acting. So they're set very, very quickly. I did one this morning and it had set within an hour. So it's been sat for 8 to 9 hours anyway. So it's well cured. So this is that's the blue Peter piece. So I've done a purple and a green band. So I'll do a similar thing tonight, and then I'll finish the blue Peter piece off. So at least we get a finished product. So I will get set up and switch the lathe on and start doing some turning, and the guys can let me know what's going on in the chat.
I'll read out who's in. We have Andy H for turning, Andy Leonelli from Posh Firewood Green, Barry Chitty, Clive Rogerson, Country Wood Girl, David Oatley, Doug Miller, Fred Gulliver, Gerard the French Turner, James Kevin, James Crawford, Jennifer's Crafting Creations, Paul Hewton, Richard R.J. Spinningwood, Rob CP, Robert Dolman, Terry Bartlett, TJ Turning, Toonfish Crafts, Wayne the Woodturner, Wood Wizardry by Colin. Possibly a future in there somewhere. Wendy. Good evening, everyone. Anyone who missed has just come in. Hello.
Hello.
Henry Morgan has just popped in. So is Patrick Hanley.
Good evening, everybody. Or afternoon or morning, wherever you may be.
Now, in the description underneath the video, I've obviously got a link to the Buy Me a Coffee page, but I've also got a link in there to Mark's channel. Mark is just 6 away from 1,000 subscribers. So if you're not subscribed, pop across and give him a subscription.
That would be very nice. Thank you very much.
What's your watch time, Mark?
Oh, almost 6,000 hours.
Oh, you got enough hours then.
Oh yeah.
Steve Ellis is in. You have 61 gorgeous Sun Dodgers watching you, sir.
Excellent.
What sort of speed's running at, Wayne?
About 800.
Okay.
He only has one speed. He is fast. Woodrun Paul's in. And Pete
Hello,
Trees is in.
Hello,
Hey,
Pete.
Pete. Hi, Paul. Hello to everybody in the chat.
Pete and Paul weren't at the flower pot men.
Yes,
Bill
mate.
and Ben.
Technically, it was
Oh,
Bill and
Bill
Ben,
and
but
Ben.
you know, they like to mix these things up. One of them's actually called Patricia now.
Said it. Pete from Twisted Trees. It should be Pete of the broken ankle.
Oh, he ain't hurt
Pete,
himself, is he?
Pete, Pete
He's
with a
in
twisted
plaster.
ankle or broken ankle? Is he
Oh,
really?
he's broke
Oh,
his
mate.
ankle.
No
Oh,
luck.
a minute.
No
Got
luck,
to do
Pete.
that, mate. Hope you're all better fast.
That means I can steal the VB. Wait. How did you break it? You weren't trying to borrow and wash a VB36, were you?
Oh, no, it involved buxom wenches, motorcycles, and breeze blocks.
I'm not sure I believe this. You know, I'm not sure I believe that. It's a very I mean, you can understand why someone might want to say that.
This Pete we're talking about.
Mm.
Was he trying to jump him on a motorcycle?
No, he was trying to boost a VB36 and it fell on his foot. That's the story I think we'll go with. No wenches were harmed in the making of this myth.
Yeah, only Pete. Joe Senior's just popped in. Hi, Joe.
The lovely Joe
Evening,
Senior's
Joe.
just popped in.
Hi, Joe.
Hi, Terry. TJ Turning's in.
Evening,
Hello,
Terry.
Terry.
We got him earlier.
Who?
Terry.
No, you didn't. You talked about a different Terry.
That's
Talking
a
about
TJ
TJ.
Turning.
Oh, did you? I wasn't listening.
Thank you.
Geese Wood Creations is in.
Just get this.
Professor!
Scared the shite out of us there.
His
Hey,
compressor
you're
trying to
joking, man.
his compressor trying to outdo Drilly.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Chesky's Wood Creations is in.
We'll have to give
Hey,
it a name
Chesky.
now, since it wants to be here. Compressy.
Compressing.
No,
Blowy.
just call it
Blowy.
Bluey or Noisy,
Blowy.
one of the two.
Blowy, there you go.
Glenn, the Yorkshire Git is in. It's easy for me to say.
Hello, Glenn.
Evening, Glenn.
I was going to say we could call his vacuum sucky, but looking at his workshop, he hasn't got one.
Cheeky
Zed's in.
bastard. Hey, Zed.
Hi, Zed.
Hello, Zed.
Thanks for your comment today, Zed, on my video.
I still need to check out your video. It was a premiere, wasn't it?
Yeah,
I can imagine.
I almost
I can
missed it
imagine
myself.
Oh, did you really?
Joe was saying she had a lovely tapas meal. I can imagine Wayne saying the word tapas. It'd be tapas.
I caught a little bit of it, but not all of it, unfortunately.
I thought I'd set
did
it for
get
half.
to, I didn't get to see the hollowing of it.
No, well, nobody did. I didn't record that bit. Forgot to turn the camera on, which was all Brian's fault.
Douglas Mungham's in. And Lionel's in.
I thought I set it to premiere at 1:30, but it went off at 1:15.
Oh dear.
And I didn't get a notification until after past anyway.
Scott the Blue Light Turner's in.
Evening, Scott.
Gordon Yorkshire Git was saying, do you do videos, Mark?
I do. Some I put on YouTube. Some I keep to myself.
Number and OnlyFans. Zombie Wood Turner says 3D printed threads for lidded pots. Talk amongst yourselves.
3D printed pot.
Why not just 3D print the pot?
Or you could do some thread chasing.
Round the workshop because the tools skipped off the piece and landed on the floor. Greg Alexander's in.
Nice one,
Greg,
Colin.
Oh, now, John McDonald asked a question before we started. When am I going to do something on the VB? Probably in the next couple of weeks or so.
I missed that there.
Country
Did
Wood
the launch
Girls here. I
leaders
don't
in?
know if anyone said that.
Got it earlier on. You guys just need to pay attention.
I do.
Scott's in, Blue Light Turner's workshop.
Got him. The
Scott.
brother.
Falling over
Right.
today, Scott.
John McDonald says great. Wayne.
Sorry?
John McDonald says great.
Oh, right, good. Thank you.
Yeah, that's the difference between Blowy and Drilly. You have to turn off Drilly.
Rob CP's in. I don't know if we said him earlier. Hi, Rob.
Hello,
He
Rob.
did.
Evening, Rob.
Nice live earlier the other week, mate.
I'm going to stop
John Blair.
commenting because you characters just aren't listening.
11 minutes past 8, mate.
Next Thursday, Dale.
Yeah, Thursday. That's the answer.
Either that or 42 is always the answer.
There we go. Let's get rid of some of the dust.
Using the wrong brush, Wayne.
Oh, sorry. It's great,
you
this brush. It works upside down, this brush does.
Yeah.
Die's in. Hi, Die.
Hello, Di.
Evening, Di. Yeah, what am I looking for? Some of this.
Dale's not talking to us now.
Di turns up on his Vespa.
Right, so that was acrylic sand and sealer from Chestnut Products. Just wipe off the excess. And then we're going to go with some
Colin Izzard's in. He's apologising for being late.
Yorkshire grit.
This is where Dale will pipe up. Or not. With hands that feel pity, will be soft as your face. With light brown, you'll show gritty.
He's sitting in the background shaking his head. Right, oh, missed a bit. Turn the speed down. About 250. And start working the Yorkshire grit in with the same piece of paper that I applied it with. Spend a couple of minutes doing this first process. Seeing as how it's a demo, I probably won't. And then start turning the speed up. Use a clean piece of paper. Still carry on working it in. And you keep working it in until the paper that you're using eventually comes away clean. And that's when the grit has done its work.
Keith's in. Hello, Keith.
Evening,
Okay.
Keith.
John Scarborough's here. So good evening, everybody.
There we are. That's that done. And then I'll finish it with some. What am I going to finish it with?
You have
Hampshire
90
Sheen.
people watching, mate.
Excellent. Hampshire Sheen microcrystalline wax.
Did you say it was a piece of ash, Wayne?
It is a piece of ash. That's right.
It's a lovely bit of wood, though, isn't it?
I'll just give that a quick buff. This particular piece won't get finished tonight. It will get finished probably tomorrow. Right. Swap this around. That's grand. I'll just get this faced off.
Douglas Mungham says, "All hail the Wood Jedi. What is fast?" Oh, it's gone. All hail the Wood Jedi. What is faster, Persian Falcon, or what is after it? LOL.
I'll have to have a look at that. I didn't get that. Oh, it's gone.
He said, "All hail the Wood Jedi. What's faster, a Peregrine Falcon, or what is after it? In other words, what's faster, the Peregrine Falcon, or what's chasing it?"
Whatever gets away first. Or whatever gets
Peter
caught
Corcoran.
first, I suppose.
Peter Corcoran says, "Hi, Wayne, JP, and everybody else. He can't
How
chat.
you doing?
His laptop won't log on, and he's watching on the telly."
All right, okay. Right. Change camera. There we go. Right, so what I've got is just a couple of old
Cornish
jelly
mates
pots, I think,
popped
yeah.
in. Hi, Katie.
Hello, Katie.
And I predicted Ruby Claire's going to pop up in the chat in any minute.
All right.
She didn't know you were on. There she is.
There she is.
Is you using one of those per cup, Wayne?
Yeah, one per cup. So I found out this morning one tube of the two-part epoxy will do one of these rings. So it works out quite well. And like I say, they are cheap as chips, these things. So,
That was Mark
colours.
saying, "All hail the Wood Jedi. What is your history, please?"
What is my history? How far back do you want to go?
I think we should start
17
roughly
hours
around
each.
when you helped out turning bows for the guys who were building Stonehenge.
Well, let's go back to Egypt when you invented wood turning.
Stonehenge was first.
Right. Any ideas on colours? And then as I'm mixing this, I'll do a potted history.
Are you going for a punch, or you know, I mean, are you looking for something that fits with the material? You know, are you looking for something that's wacky or respectful?
What you can do, the way that you can do it is that you have two contrasting colours, like I've done with the purple and the green on the first one, or you can have two comparatively similar colours that sort of blend with each other.
So that's a WCSTR pack you've got.
WT.
Yeah, the powder. All right, I'll left mine.
Yes.
That's
one.
Huey blue.
Yeah.
Hey,
No. Let's have a look. There's a pretty special looking blackish green.
Blackish green.
It says number 4 on it.
Ruby's saying green and white or dark blue and white.
Do I have a white?
She could, and there's a silvery white. So number 4 and number 20. Yeah, number 4 and number 20, I think.
Mine aren't numbered.
Oh, you've got really cheap shite. Because the WTR CSD.
I got them off Jamie.
Yeah, did he? He's peeled the labels off. Looking for a blackish green.
A blackish
I'll
green.
say on it. It says blackish green, so it's a kind of a darker, silvery kind of metallic-y green.
Right, I've got a dark
It's in
green.
the same box. Yeah, so it's pretty dark. The other two are quite light.
Robert Lapsley's just joined. Hi, Robert.
Go on, show us it.
How you
Show us what
doing?
you've got.
That's the dark green.
Oh, he's giving these powders. That's the one.
Right,
That's
okay.
the one, I think.
We'll go with the dark green. I'll go with the
should
dark
be a
green
silvery-
and I'll use the
white.
silvery white. Yeah, okay.
Try that. It's not quite the same color as green as the one that I'm looking at. Mine's come in little bottles, but it's the same pack. I know who suggested it to Jamie. Just said.
Yeah. Wonder who that would be.
Lewis the Klondike Grossman's in. Hi, Lewis.
Hello, Lewis.
Put that in there. Put that in there.
You going to sand and seal the
Nope.
main piece before you put it in? Or are you going to go for it sort of because
It's
one
just-
of the headaches is that it'll go into all the grain, and unless you're going to turn it back.
It'll get turned back. One mixed. It doesn't take long to mix these up, really.
What was your question, Steve Scott?
Just going back. See if I can find it.
Yeah, it's quite a nice color of green.
Yeah.
Is there any difference between using kitchen roll or the industrial paper towels?
Right.
I can offer one insight. So go on, sir.
Go on. No, you go first.
I was only going to say avoid the stuff that's dyed blue or green,
Yes.
because that was going to be my insight. Other than that, it shouldn't matter.
I hate the blue stuff. It's probably because I got a load of cheap stuff and it just rips to bits and just leaves a mess.
The dye can come off as well, can't it?
Yeah.
The dye. I mean, when I used Axe paste, and I was using blue roll on that down at the Beard 16s. And there's a video of that. That's the same video where Jamie demonstrates that he really belongs to the wood turning equivalent of the Harlem Globetrotters and caught a ball flying off a lathe.
Yes,
that's a
John,
legendary
it's
moment.
2-part epoxy, mate.
It's just two part epoxy glue. That's all I'm using.
The blue stuff came out. The blue dye comes out when it's exposed to certain types of chemicals. Axe clearly has some kind of alcohol in it, or some hydrocarbon-based spirit, and it just strips the dyes right out of it. So don't use the blue stuff, or don't use Act Paste, or don't use both. It's entirely up to you.
Now,
My
what
advice is when you do any of them.
I just use again. I get my kitchen roll. I buy it in bulk from Aldi. That's where I get mine from.
Yeah, I'll get a buy it in bulk from Asda. To be honest, I'll just use the pound, the stuff that costs £1.
Yeah,
But Mark, you told me about some good stuff. Was it Morrison's in the UK?
Morrison's, yeah. It's called Jumbo Roll. It's about £1.29 a roll, but it's a massive roll. It's twice the size of a normal kitchen roll, but it's pure white. It's got no dye in it or anything. It's good thick paper.
Ruby asks a question. Question. What are the coloured powders he's using? There are a Chinese brand called WCT.
WR, isn't it? WRT.
CSR. WTR CSV. What that means, I don't know. But you'll get them on Amazon. They're quite cheap. And they're very vivid and quite, I've certainly used them quite a few times.
You can get they're just a cheaper version of the original mica powders.
Yeah, the buttons, they're absolute buttons. Have a look on Amazon. You'll get them for peanuts. I mean, they'll only be like $20 or $30 for the full set, and there's such a range.
Yeah.
I don't need any infill anywhere. A little bit here.
There's a bit of a secret. If you're looking for certain hard to find colors, you won't get them necessarily in the WTR stuff, but they have most of the colors you would want, and they're a fraction of the cost of some of the posh stuff.
Gerard's asking if you could use the Hampshire Sheen metal powders instead of the mica powders.
Yes, you could.
Do.
Yeah.
But
no problem whatsoever.
Be fairly comfortable though. If you don't have those, you'll get the Chinese stuff cheaper, and it'll be just as good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think Martin sells sands as well, doesn't he?
He does.
Black and white sand.
You can buy that in bulk on eBay.
I've got some of that.
Quite cheap.
Yeah, you can buy different colour sands. Actually, Rob Sumlin done a video where he done he turned sand. That's actually quite a good video. He's done a couple of them actually.
Challenge with the sand stuff is depending on the tools you're using, it braids.
Yeah, it will
cut and face really quickly.
We'll blunt them real fast. I think that's one of the problems Rob suffered with.
Do you do cake decorating, Wayne?
I have done in the past, yes.
Do you use a wooden spatula when you're doing it?
No, I use a metal one.
I was just wondering if you'd ever use, the paper piping funnels.
Yeah, I tend to make my own.
Well, can you see where my head might be going?
Yeah, I can see exactly where your head's going.
Hardly any spillage.
I just wonder, something to try, perhaps.
But seeing as how I don't do this very often.
I wasn't specifically thinking the resin, but I was thinking more acrylic paint.
I've got an idea for the next crafty. I've told Jamie about it earlier on.
He was thinking about turning something.
Yeah, just for a change.
Richard from RJK Spinning Wood says, question, just how cheap peanuts? Individually, they're remarkably cheap, but collectively they can run to several hundreds of thousands of pounds depending on the size of ship you bring them in. Unless we're talking about packing peanuts, and then all bets are off. Lewis of Crondale Cosmo says syringes work great. So I could see them working well for acrylic paints, but I'm not sure how they'd respond to epoxy. I'm just wondering if the backing for the stickers, Wayne, that's got the non-stick surface. I'm just wondering making a piping cone out of that might be quite good.
No, the baking parchment would work.
Yeah, greaseproof paper.
Yeah, not greaseproof paper, baking parchment. It's two different things.
All right, okay.
The
I didn't
stuff in
know
the
that.
back of the stickers, you know, I mean, where you peel off any sticker, you've got the non-stick backing. You know, that would probably work. Anyway.
Right, so there it is. Just bring it up
Mark's
a wee bit.
Jordan's
So,
in. Bye, Mark.
evening, Mark. So we've got the green on the outside. We've got the silver white on the inside. I could go over that with a hot air gun to get rid of any bubbles or anything, but who cares? I'll pop this to one side and I'll bring out the piece that I did earlier on today.
Here's one I made earlier.
That'll be dry in around about an hour. Probably dry enough to work in around about an hour, that will.
Dun, dun, dun. Time to change camera angle, young man.
Yeah.
$105 watching, Wayne.
Excellent. Cheers,
I've
guys.
clearly missed you.
Don't forget, everybody, Mark's only a few subscribers away from 1,000, so if you're not subscribed, go and click that button.
Right, so what I'm going to do, I'll face this off again, get rid of the excess epoxy, get it sanded up, do a dish, and then that'll be us.
Huey said bacon parchment. Who said bacon?
Roger with silicon paper, and not so much silicon paper, more the backings from, you know, like labels, etc. Richard RKJ, cuckoo, kind of plastic bag, cut the corner. Same idea, Richard. Just thinking something a little stiffer, because we wouldn't necessarily put loads and loads of material in it. Wayne using epoxy could break the interweb, says Lewis at Klondike Crafting. I agree. Gerard the French says you could do a piping bag out of greaseproof paper and pipe it in the groove. That's what we're talking about, Gerard. I think. Jennifer's Crafts and Creations has put in a secret message to Mark, which he declares her undying love. Or if you're already subscribed to Mark, unsubscribe for a few minutes to mess with his head and then resubscribe. Remember to resubscribe there. Very important.
Yeah, no, don't do that.
And Douglas Nugget made a good point. He says, don't forget the thumbs up for Wayne and the worms. And also, don't forget the link at the top of the chat is support Wayne in his venture in wood turning, where you can go and buy him a cup of coffee, or that could, in some cases, be a bottle of wine.
Buy him a coffee, which is really a wine, which is buy him a coffee, which is really a wine, which is buy him a coffee, which is really a wine. But at the end of the day, it all winds up benefiting us all, because it means he doesn't spend his wine money, he spends it in the workshop.
What I have, can I just say thank you to everybody who has bought me a coffee or a wine, because I was able to buy or top up on a load of finishes in the last couple of days, and also got a new a new bit for me Simon Hope hollowing tool, which is that cutter there, which is adjustable. Yeah, the teardrop. It's adjustable all the way around. So it's got a 12mm high-speed steel cutter on. First saw it being used by Mike Walt the other week, and I thought that looks pretty impressive. I'm going to have a go with one of them. Right, I'm just going to quickly sharpen my gouge.
That's what she said.
Yep.
Gerard the French Town says, Dale, Jamie, here is a business opportunity. Greaseproof paper piping bag. We use them in a lot in the kitchen.
I think it's a custom brand of stickers that peel off just the right way from scrolling, with a special option on the back that says, here's how you fold them up into a piping bag for resin and paint. I'm going to try the paint idea.
Ben Jamin's in. Hi, Ben.
Hello,
Evening,
Ben.
Ben.
You know, I mean, after a pour, Wayne, perhaps using the piping thing to actually, you know, I mean, put the paint where you want it. Or the oil. It is, Gerard. It absolutely is. I think it might be quite a useful technique to try. You'd have to have if it's paint, it'd have to be at pouring consistency, so it'd need to be wet.
What about the backer of the labels that we used to saw?
My word.
I think we use them for the what do you call it? The photo transfer, don't they? Onto wood.
Really?
Yeah, you run them through a printer and the ink stays wet because it doesn't dry out on the actual paper.
Okay.
I think you need a laser jet though, to be honest, rather than an
You
ink.
could do it using your mum's icing printer.
Yeah, could do. That's food grade ink.
Wendy says that we'd be surprised to know that she has piping bags in her drawers for resin pieces. Funny
I wouldn't be
person.
surprised at all, Wendy.
Interesting, Wendy.
I wouldn't be surprised at all because there's got to be a sentiment of convergence and approach. So, I mean, what you've done, young lady, is given vindication to the madness.
Well, she doesn't use it for clothes.
Right, so I'll just go through the grits. Again, I'm starting off with 80.
80.
It's really warm tonight. 20.
It's very warm.
In the workshop, it's 26 degrees. This is the time of year where various things stop working.
You think it'd be a bit cooler down there, down by the coast near France. But
When you come to France. At least you've got a beach in proximity, mate. And a nice coastal breeze.
it's 21 degrees down here at the moment. Outside, apparently. I don't know what it is inside.
I need to. So I'm going to take Scott some booze. What do you think I should take him?
I shouldn't take him anything.
Baby sham.
I never said he had to drink it, but I'm going to take him some grease. A greaseproof paper can be used with a white item, cream jams, etc. So depending on the size, how you cut. It's exactly the thinking, Gerard. We are 100% in the same place in terms of what you could do with it. Wendy, from our perspective, sorry.
It's closer to 30 degrees, says Ruby, where she is.
Is that Fahrenheit or Celsius?
I don't know what calendar uses.
Because in Fahrenheit, we are 70
Celsius.
degrees.
Celsius. As I was going to say, Wendy saying that, in plastic bag does just as well. The only reason for the interest in using a piping bag is there's the labels I peel off to do the pieces with Wendy have a large area of effectively non-stick, so it'd be the perfect thing to fold up into a piping bag. Hi Scott, take meths, said Peter Corkin. Gerald, for instance, says Ruby over 40 degrees in front of my piano today. Is piano a euphemism here, Gerard, or is it actually sort of tickling the ivories?
I think he means oven.
Mm-hmm.
He's back at work.
optimize menu to upgrade
How-
firmware on this headset.
How predictive text changes oven to piano? I have no idea.
No, me neither.
Ah. He says piano is the term that they use in his kitchen for the oven.
Huey suggested I take him some woodpecker cider, and Scott's come back with, Huey, that's a tramp's drink. He's a Thatcher's Haze man himself. Benjamin's in. My limit's 28 degrees.
I only had a Copperberg at my house.
92 heat wave.
It's probably why the conduit looks like it does.
Could be. I think he was reaching for Jaffa at the time.
Dale, it's Peter Corcoran.
Not fussed.
Just like it's Andy Llanelli. Not Lananelli.
I'm happy with my pronunciation. If they can't spell it how it sounds, I don't care. "96 people watching, Wayne."
Excellent. Thanks, guys.
Ruby's asking what diameter is it, Wayne, please?
It's around about 10-inch, Ruby. It'll end up about 10-inch by about 1.5 inches. So seeing as how I've got some resin on here, I'm going to use some Yorkshire Grit Microfine.
Woohoo!
Scott's declaring that Wendy's light. Let it be known that Wendy's lights are straight. You know, don't you oppress them, Scott? Those lights can decide their own particular angle.
That's how it is. He likes Wendy.
Yeah, but the thing
You
is,
never put your white lights up, I did. Your lights are straight.
the thing is, are they straight?
they are.
Straight in comparison to what? That's the question, though.
Wendy says I'm bloody bright.
Blinded by the light.
Ben, that's brilliant. That's I can't say it because I just can't physically say that, but that's brilliant.
I mean, I lived in Wales I had a house in Wales for ages, but I had this view that the further you went up the valleys, you kind of says, it's a bit like an episode of Countdown, you know? When Welsh version of Countdown, it's like, I love a consonant, please. I love a consonant. I love a consonant, another couple of consonants. You know, what this spells, what's that? It's a type of squirrel. Went up the valleys, one of the guys up there, I mean, as a Scotsman, I understand the irony of what I'm about to say, but the chap had one of the most powerful Welsh accents I've ever heard. I had to fight with them to try and lob a couple of vowels. And
Get some more paper. How are we doing on time?
you're at 20:43.
Oh, excellent, excellent. Nearly finished.
I'm glad, Andy. I'm so sorry. I'll get it right next time.
Let's have a look and see how that's looking. Grand. And again, just finish it off with some microcrystalline wax. It's still very cloudy here. Going to be no decent sunset photos tonight.
Huey goes on to say, the Blue Light Tanners Workshop, geez, I just need a nice cold woodpecker cider on a day like today. I better get myself a cardboard box for tonight's bedtime then. Andy Clonechley says, Posh Firewood Green could have been that famous Welsh railway station, eh? Yes, Cardiff.
Swansea.
I'm pretty sure Pontypridd doesn't have one.
Right then.
It sounds like.
Here we are. Back again.
Swansea.
And there you go, guys.
Cool.
Very nice, mate.
Very nice.
So that is with the mica powders. I'll show that box again so you can get the name. So that's with the mica powders and Cheapo Productions 2-part epoxy glue from Lidl's.
Make sure you shut that lid right. WTRCSV mica powders. Get them on Amazon. I'll flick Wayne a link and he can chuck it into the description later on.
There you go. And they're very good, and
stuff.
you don't need a lot of them either. Right, I'll bring the guys back in. There we go. Bring the YouTube chat up because it's better than the StreamYard chat. Right then, so that's me for tonight. Well, a bit of an early one tonight. It's only just gone 1:45. I will be back on Friday lunchtime, where I'll probably do the coin dish, change bowl, whatever it's called. If I get the chance, I might do 2. I'll do one side grain and one end grain.
Do some off axis turning and make it a coin purse.
I could chop it in half and flip it.
Yeah.
I haven't done that for a long time.
Yeah, there you go.
No, I'll just do. I've got 2 bits of wood there because I was supposed to do one a couple of weeks ago. But I'll do if I get the chance. I'll do one side grain and one end grain. Coin dish, bowl, whatever, change bowl, coin bowl.
Gerard, the French tenor, says, "Oh darn, working Friday." Not quite in them words, but you get the gist.
I get the gist. Right, guys, I'm going to hit the button and shoot off and grab a wee beverage. I did mean to finish early tonight anyway because Dale's got to shoot off down the road half an hour away and pick up a cement mixer for work he's doing at home. So
He's making a big cake.
yeah, he's making a big cake, which is why he was asking about piping bags.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, I'm going to hit the button and I'll see you on Friday. Night, everybody.
Bye, everyone.